I'm your host, Heather Dawson, and welcome to RC Spotlight, an exciting program highlighting businesses here in Rancho Cucamonga. Another reason to work, play, and live in our beautiful city. If you missed the Founders Day Parade, we've got you covered. As Marco Gutierrez explains, the city's commitment to honoring our community is highlighted at the parade.
It's an event we wait for every year, the 2016 Rancho Cucamonga Founders Day Parade, about to get underway.
Well, good morning, Rancho Cucamonga! Welcome to the Founders Festival Community Parade.
Every year, the parade brings out all kinds of clubs, organizations, and school bands showing off what they do best.
This year, the Rancho Cucamonga Founders Day Community Parade theme was Celebrating Fun and Games and was presented by the Mark Christopher Auto Center. Groups were scored and awarded for Best Representation of Theme, Most Spirited, Most Participation, and Best Overall Float. The Competitive Founders Award is presented to the group that best embodies the spirit of the day. The City of Rancho Cucamonga extends its sincerest thanks to the community members and visitors who attended this year's Founders Day Community Parade.
Well, there you have it, folks. Another fantastic, successful parade. The 2016 Rancho Cucamonga Founders Day Parade just wrapping up. Fun and games. Hope you have a great holiday season. I'm David Wiley for RC Spotlight.
Well, one of the most successful rock bands in the world, Kiss, is behind the opening of the new N Brews restaurant, where customers can enjoy great food, local beer flights, and more while listening to their favorite rock tunes.
Paul Stanley and Gene Simmons of Kiss expand the rock empire with a restaurant concept that celebrates rockin' food, craft beer, and a family-friendly concert environment. N Brews is a one-of-a-kind restaurant and entertainment concept, and its newest location opened its doors here in Rancho Cucamonga. We met with John Mesco, the N Brews Rancho Cucamonga franchise owner.
I met Michael Zislis and Dave Ferrano, who are the founders of N Brews, about 7 years ago, and Michael Zislis and I became close friends. And when he developed N Brews, it was the blending of all of his best restaurant concepts that he's developed over the course of his life. He's a lifetime restaurateur. He's an amazing chef, beer maker, and N Brews blends music and food in a creative way that just has a unique experience that people really love and connect with. And when I found that when I first experienced N Brews, I wanted to be part of it. I said, hey, I've always wanted to open up a restaurant. Can I be your first franchisee? And he agreed. And as I came through this area, I felt like the Cucamonga community would really appreciate the experience here.
The ambiance is reminiscent of a family-friendly concert. N Brews features an energized environment, broadcasting some of the greatest rock concerts of all time.
The experience, you should feel like you're backstage at a concert or in your first college dorm room with concert posters and flags of bands on the wall. Great White is playing right now. I remember listening to this in high school and watching this video on MTV. I can remember what that album cover looks like, and it's really, it just draws on your memories and brings back memories.
All this and affordable, casual American cuisine that's prepared with the highest quality, locally sourced, fresh ingredients.
So Michael Zislis and Bill Goldblum and the whole Zislis group, and even Gene Simmons and Paul Stanley, it's just a combination of some of the best menu items that they've created over time. N Brews was designed to be a beer garden, kind of designed after the original Hofbrau out of Munich, Germany. And our giant pretzels actually flown in from Munich and served original style with beer cheese and spicy hot mustard. The food is great. Our Asian wings are phenomenal. Our ribs, our barbecue is great. We spend a lot of time in the kitchen prepping. We really focus on bringing in a broad selection of craft beer and some of those smaller brands like Bell's Brewery out of Kalamazoo, Michigan. We have Two Hearted Ale and Bell's Oberon is about to go on. It's one of my favorite beers. that I grew up with in the summers in Michigan, and people around here just don't have it. We definitely focus on the local breweries, no name, but also some popular craft beers from Colorado, internationally. I think the biggest difference that we have is we have 60 taps here, so we have maybe 2 or 3 times the amount that the average restaurant has or the average bar, and we work really hard to keep it cold and serve it in just the most efficient manner possible. So the beer in front of you that you have gets served to you in the right glass with the right amount of head at the perfect temperature. It's the best beer experience possible.
N Brews welcomes rockers of all ages, and they do their part to help foster the next generation of rockers.
My son's name is Logan, and he helped me design the kids' play area there, and our kids want to be entertained too, so we created a kids' play area. Parents really appreciate that. We love it when Gene Simmons and Paul Stanley stop in, and they're expected to come in within just a couple of weeks, so if you want to catch them, stay in touch with our social media, and you'll find out when they come in, and you can come in and grab a photo and an autograph with them.
Reporting for RC Spotlight, I'm Marco Gutierrez.
On December 13th, the city of Rancho Cucamonga, along with project partners Caltrans, the city of Fontana, and the San Bernardino Associated Governments, held a dedication ceremony for the new I-15 Baseline Road Interchange.
The Baseline Interchange project improves safety and capacity for the interchange. It provides for additional vehicles to be able to come through. It improves safety by reducing conflict points and allowing for less opportunity for collisions to occur at the interchange.
A few of the improvements from this project include the widening of Baseline Road from 4 to 6 lanes, the widening of East Avenue from 2 to 4 lanes, realigning and widening the southbound and northbound diamond ramps from 1 to 2 lanes, adding a southbound loop-on ramp, and adding I-15 acceleration and deceleration lanes.
Projects like the Baseline Interchange project really make a huge difference within wherever they happen to be. In this case, it's between the cities of Rancho Cucamonga and the city of Fontana. But they make a huge difference. In this particular case, there's so many beneficiaries from the improvements that we're doing here, including commercial and retail businesses on the west side, a huge residential community on the west side. We have schools on the north and a large church on the south. All of those folks are going to receive a huge benefit from the overall traffic throughput improvements that are going on, as well as just being able to get from here to there in a more effective and more efficient way.
A few benefits from the I-15 Baseline Road Interchange Improvement Project include increased capacity to meet current as well as future traffic flow demands, improved safety and efficiencies, completed streetscape for improved visual aesthetics at the city limits.
So far, the response from the community has been great. There have been positive comments on the ability for people to get to school faster, to get to work without as much delay. It feels great to be done. It's been a long time coming. The project started in '99, so we're coming up on almost 2 decades of working on the project as a city and as our partners. And it's great to have the project open, and as we finish up landscaping, it'll look even better as time goes on.
Rancho Cucamonga's Chavez College is working with the community to educate and train students on jobs that are needed by local businesses. The college offers several workforce programs that take only 2 years to complete and allow many students to have a job lined up before graduation.
Being a comprehensive community college, we try to make sure that our programs meet the needs of the workforce. So our first responders, be it police, fire, nurses, rad tech, these are all kinds of programs we have here at Chavez College. We also have programs in manufacturing, logistics, especially through our Intech Center and located in Fontana, but students from Rancho can also attend classes in their district there as well.
At the Intech Center, Chavez has partnered with 11 other community colleges to focus on training students in manufacturing jobs, which are in high demand in Rancho Cucamonga's growing industrial economy.
The community university concept was to make sure that we're meeting the needs of the community and not being the ivory tower, that these programs are around manufacturing, engineering, pre-engineering, but the employers are at the table saying, I need someone right now in this particular industry. Can you meet that need right away?
Dr. Shannon says professionals teaching students hands-on skills is invaluable training.
We believe conceptually, if folks can try something and see something and work things out, they can touch it, feel it, do it. And I think that's what we try to do at the Intech Center. There are ways in which we could show assimilation, but then have someone who's in the industry come in and show and demonstrate that. Or get students out to try on different aspects of a career. And I think that seeing that and seeing someone in the field or testing out something in the field is relevant. You see a student reading a book about being a fireman, but he or she could have a chance to touch a fire hose or see a fire truck, or understand the nuances of being a fire policeman. It works much better than just talking about theory. So it's integrating theory and practice.
Students are getting an excellent education in any program they choose, as Chafee was recognized by the Aspen Institute as one of the top 10 community colleges in the country for 2017.
Being a top 10 Aspen institution is a huge, huge honor. And we feel so proud to bring this honor home to all our cities, be it Chino Hills, Ontario, Montclair, Fontana, Upland, and especially Rancho Cucamonga. To say that you have one of the best and the top 10 community colleges in the state and the country is a phenomenal achievement. And that's something that we feel very proud of. And I'm very proud of.
For RC Spotlight, I'm Brooke Slyer. The best coffee brewer in the United States is located right here in Rancho Cucamonga and works for our very own Clutch Coffee, located on the corner of Foothill and Carnelian. Our local brewer, Todd Goldsworthy, is hoping to turn his national title into a global one by traveling to Dublin, Ireland to compete in the World Brewers Cup Challenge with the hopes of becoming the best brewer in the world.
So the World Brewers Cup it's a combination of just brewing manual brewed coffee for 3 judges. It brings together, we got 38 countries coming together in Dublin this year, and each country has one representative who gets to come and showcase a coffee, talk about it for 10 minutes, brew cups for 3 different judges, and give them the opportunity to experience the coffee, experience who I am, and everything I did to get this coffee to them, and in the end, a great cup of coffee.
It is very exciting to have Todd representing Clutch in the World Brewers Championship, because he's not just representing Clutch but the United States, and so we're so excited that he's part of our team. We're excited to team up with him and help him go as far as he can.
Goldsworthy had to compete and conquer several national competitions in order to be considered at the global level. While in Dublin, champions from each country will gather and brew a series of drinks in front of a panel of judges.
So while I'm there, I'll go through 2 different challenges. The first one is called the compulsory, which is a blind round, where when I arrive, I will be given a 12-ounce bag of coffee, and I will have only that 12-ounce bag of coffee to figure out the best way to brew it in what kind of brewing device, whatever kind of recipe I want, and be able to brew that blindly for 3 judges. The judges are actually behind a wall, so they don't get to see me, they don't get to see anything I do, so it's really all about what the coffee tastes like. And they'll score it on a 100-point scale and determine from there which of the brewers kind of brew a coffee the best. And then from that round, after that, a couple hours later actually, it's only actually about an hour and a half after I do that, I get to present a coffee. So I brought a coffee with me to Dublin. That coffee I'll get to spend 10 minutes talking about and brewing for the judges, which is the coffee I'm going to brew for you here today.
After tasting Goldsworthy's signature blend, I knew that there really was something special about the way he brews his coffee. I asked him to give our viewers the inside scoop on how he crafts his drinks, and this is what he said.
So it's really just all about the details. So for me, it's every variable along the way I like to have control over and find what's going to be best for each coffee. So for this coffee in particular, I blended my own water. So I take distilled water, add some minerals to it, get it up to, for this one, it's for the coffee geeks out there, it's 105 parts per million. of minerals inside the water. I heat it up to the right temperature. For this coffee, I heat it up to about 200 degrees, and I brew with that. Having my recipe, this is 27 grams coffee, 350 milliliters water. So it's my water, heated right, using the grinder I like, which is a conical burr grinder. So there's two different kinds. Commercial ones are flat burrs. Most home ones are actually conical burrs, and I prefer the conical burrs because they give me more complexity, a lot more flavor happening out of the cups, and so I really enjoy that out of the coffees.
So head on over to Rancho Cucamonga's Clatch Coffee to taste coffee brewed by the best the United States has to offer, listen to the city's talented during their open mic night events, and feel a sense of warmth as members of the community gather to enjoy good drinks and good times.
So the Rancho Cucamonga Coffee Clatch is my personal favorite. It's our original location. We've been here in the Thomas Winery for 23 years. So we've seen lots of up and downs in the neighborhood and the community, but we've always been here kind of as a staple. So it's been great to see Rancho Cucamonga change in the last 23 years. But it's great because it's also a very local community. So we've literally seen babies grow up and graduate high school. We have customers that have been coming since I was a 10-year-old girl in here and have seen me grow my family. So it's fun to be here and part of this location.
To connect with Clatch or gather more information, visit their website at www.clatchroasting.com. Thanks for watching RC Spotlight, and tune in next time for more of our city's finest.
The Route 66 IECA has recognized the importance of balancing the preservation of the past with the forward growth-based thinking of the future. Route 66 IECA President Anthony Gonzalez gives us a closer look.
Well, the service station was, again, the focal point here in Cucamonga at the time. This was a predominantly agrarian area, groves and vineyards, and this was the source where the community was able to get their petroleum products, their gasoline, their diesel, their kerosene, their smudge pot oil, and so on. All the products that were used in order to produce the fruits, vegetables, grapes that were produced here in that area during that particular time. So this was the only gas station during that period of time. The other gas station closest to this one, I believe, was down in Ontario. The station had the opportunity to be here before everyone else. As time went on, as the years went on, more and more gas stations started to pop up. But as you can see in the architectural, the structure of the building, its early California Mission Revival motif, that was unique here. That was very unique, and so drivers were drawn to this particular gas station because, again, it was so unique. As years went on, the other gas stations didn't have the following, didn't have the popularity that this particular station did. That's why it's been able to last so long, because everybody remembers the Ridgefield service station.
Many visitors seek out refurbished roadside buildings and generally build an interest in the Route 66 service station. So, Route 66 IECA efforts fall in line with the belief that saving some of the artifacts is not just of general interest, but a collective responsibility to save this part of history so it can be remembered and enjoyed by future generations.
The community at large has opened its arms out and embraced this service station as theirs. Cucamonganites that have lived here all their lives and live here now. This is now recognized by them as their station. That's important. We all want to know that we've been somewhere and we have something that represents who we are as a community, as a city. And the service station is one of many here in Rancho Cucamonga. When you come onto the property, when you pick up a shovel, when you pick up a hammer, when you pick up a paintbrush, when you pick up a broom, you can go back to your heirs and you can say, see that gas station right there on the corner of Archibald and Foothill? Your grandfather, your dad, your uncle, your brother, there are reasons they were a part of it being in existence today. And the individuals that came on board, that was part of the reason for why they participated in restoring the facility. A gentleman here that lives in Rancho Cucamonga, his name is Albert Gutierrez. And Mr. Gutierrez, back in 2000, tried to buy the service station. And after several attempts to settle on a price for the service station, he finally just gave up and let it go. Well, he decided, I'll go back and I'll build my own.
Route 66, I've always loved Route 66. And you know, the old gas stations, that's just something that I can always admired. And seeing the gas station on Route 66, some of them that were there, and then little by little they would just disappear. The one that's behind me now, that gas station is the one located on the corner of Archibald and Foothill. I'm just glad to see that now that the organization, the Route 66 organization, got behind it. And, you know, you hear stories that, oh yeah, I remember when I was a kid, I used to stop there with my dad or my grandfather, or we used to stop and get gas there. You know, things like that, that brings back memories, you know, and just to have that memory, you know, that's really valuable to a lot of people.
That's one of the reasons why this organization and the community is supporting us, to make sure that those memories are never lost to anyone. Now that we've completed the restoration of the service station and we're now open to the public, our next objective is to restore the garage that sat on the northern portion of the property. Mr. Gutierrez has agreed to donate a 1932 Model A vehicle. We're going to put that vehicle within the garage to show that that's what the mechanic was working on at the time.
The new restorations will house a meeting and event facility, where organizations will be able to rent the facility as it continues to provide service for Rancho Cucamonga.
Since opening their first gym in 1998 and the growing popularity in the sport of rock climbing, Hangar 18 Indoor Climbing Gym has opened its second newest location in Rancho Cucamonga.
We've grown exponentially in the past 18 years that we've been open. We got a great location here, really accessible to everyone who's in the Rancho community. We're right by Victoria Gardens. It's a great place to come, climb, and then go hang out afterwards.
The new massive state-of-the-art facility offers 4,200 square feet of dedicated boulder terrain with problems of all styles and levels of difficulty.
Bouldering is a little bit more like the wind sprints of climbing. When you're on the top rope, it's a little bit longer of a distance and it's a little bit easier technique and strength-wise. Bouldering, you only have about 12 or 15 feet to get off the ground, so it's very strength-oriented and technique-oriented. That being said, we do have climbs in here that are very easy for kids and beginners, all the way up to very, very advanced.
You definitely work out every part of your body, so that's a plus. Also just meeting other people too. I met former alumni from my school and also other people that climb outdoors, so that's really helped me progress.
We see everyone from little kids that come in here and climb a couple times a week in the mornings, all the way up to professional athletes who come in here. We see a lot of pro rock climbers from other gyms in Colorado or from the East Coast come down and hit our gyms when they're in Southern California. And then everyone from your normal day-to-day working people. Because we're in a warehouse district, we see a lot of people who just are working, come over on their lunch break to get a quick workout in.
My job, I'm an arborist, so I climb trees for a living. And a buddy of mine who was a rock climber told me he'd really like it, so I came down and checked it out, fell in love with the sport.
Hangar 18 has all climbing gear and staff to accommodate your next group event, from field trips to church groups, team building, and corporate events.
We do have a great involvement with the community. We're starting to do movie nights here, so all of our members and community members can come in and watch climbing movies after hours here. We project them onto one of the big walls, so you get a big screen feel for it. You can just kind of come and hang out. It's really nice.
Here at Hangar, it's a very close-knit community that's actually very easy to get plugged into and involved with, and you feel like you belong here. Can't say I've ever met a climber that wasn't an amazing person, which is a wonderful thing in this world.
It's such a good community because people will help each other out when they're climbing, and so you just make friends that way. You introduce yourself, and I've probably gotten to become friends with at least 15 different people. We actually created a group called Sticky Bandits Crew, so that's our climbing group that we have.
Hangar 18 is known for its world-class route setting and offers all of the latest and greatest shapes from Climate Holds, made in a production facility right next door.
We only use Climate Holds here, so we're actually the only gym in the world that uses Climate Holds exclusively, which is another local Rancho business. It's one of the biggest hold distributors in the world. Makes climbing holds that we ship everywhere, Canada, Japan, Norway, it goes all over the world. This gym in particular is the only gym in the world that is exclusively Climate Holds, and because they are so closely connected, we do get holds that aren't released to the public yet in here. So there's climbing holds here that are only available in the Rancho location at this time.
Hangar 18 offers special discounts off gear and merchandise to its members and has everything you need to get started.
Our normal memberships are $46. We do offer discounts for military, fire, police, students. There's a ton of different discounts available. With the discount, it's $33 a month. There's no initiation fees or contracts of any kind. It just runs month-to-month billing. It's a great deal because you get access to all 8 of the gyms, all the gears included, rental, as well as lessons.
Whether you're a beginner or experienced climber, come on down to Hangar 18 where you'll experience some of the best climbing possible. For more information, check out climbhangar18.com. Reporting for RC Spotlight, I'm Marco Gutierrez.
And that wraps up this edition of RC Spotlight, where we showcase how to live, work, and play in Rancho Cucamonga. If you tuned in late, don't worry. You can watch RC Spotlight on Channel 3 at 9 a.m. and 6 p.m. every day, except for Wednesday. We'll see you next time.
Sounds like you could use some Van Gogurt. It's fortified with arch-rich nutrients to improve your math and reading skills. Catch!
Van Gogurt, thanks. So what's the deal with your ear?
Always with the ear, huh?
Feed your kids the arts. For 10 simple ways to learn how, visit AmericansForTheArts.org.
It's fun to sing,
Zippity zip zip zin zin zin.
dance, and play music every day.
Yeah, go for it!
Doing something artistic inspires creativity and helps you succeed in school and life.
Hooray!
Play music, paint, and dance together as a family.
Come on, team!
Blast off with the arts.
Blast off!
For 10 ways to add the arts into your life, visit AmericansForTheArts.org.
I'm starving. What's for breakfast?
Guten Tag!
Johannes Brahms!
I bring you arts-enriched Raisinblums, fortified with increased test scores and creative problem-solving skills.
It's good!
And good for you. Bobby? Susie? Don't worry, that's just the power of the arts!
Feed your kids the arts. For 10 simple ways to learn how, visit AmericansForTheArts.org.
Sounds like you could use some Van Gogurt. It's fortified with arch-rich nutrients to improve your math and reading skills. Catch!
Van Gogurt, thanks. So what's the deal with your ear?
Always with the ear, huh?
Feed your kids the arts. For 10 simple ways to learn how, visit AmericansForTheArts.org.